Okay, so we're walking through the front entrance. And here is the waiting area, coat hanger for the patients, nice size seating room. This is hallway 1, we'll come back to that. More of the seating room and the blinds and light fixtures that you see will be coming with the location. This here is an exit door, one way only, which we're going to see right here. There's the one-way out only exit. And then this is the reception area, private area presumably for paperwork processing. There's the second hallway, hallway 2. We'll come back to that later. And this is basically the front reception desk area here, with a door to a room, which I'm going to call the spare room for now. We'll come back to that. So we're just going to take a little walk. There's some saloon style doors that leads down the rest of hallway 1, but first there's a bathroom, and it's a nice size, handicap accessible size, sink and toilet, and a nice big blank wall that we can use to install a change table. That's the bathroom. We're going to go through the saloon doors now, down hallway 1. First door on hallway 1 is the X-ray room. And inside the X-ray room, there's the vertical X-ray machine, horizontal X-ray machine, and we're gonna slowly back into the area where the technologist does her work, or his work, with a sink. And there's an area with computers to do all the post-processing. Just beside that, there is a small laundry suite. Comes with a washer and a dryer that we can use to do some emergency towels, I suppose, if we have to. There's also a bulletin board. And if we go back where we were before, from the bulletin board, X-ray 1, the work area for the technologist that I guess we would nickname PACO, to store supplies and such. Through this area here, there is a fluoro machine, which I don't know if it works. We were not planning to use it, so right now we didn't really worry about it. And again, storage area, entrance to fluoro. There used to be a lead window here. If we decide we're going to use the fluoro room, it would require a new fluoro machine and a new lead window so that we can work properly and safely. But still, in part of the fluoro, we have another maintenance area, small cupboard, sink, material storage area, and back to PACO. So we're going to go out, back to the hallway. Those are the saloon doors. So this is X-ray 1, and across from X-ray 1 there is the spare room second entrance. We'll come back to that after. So here's the rest of corridor 1. We just came out of this door here, which is the PACO area. And right across from that, there's an area with, right now, 6 cabins where the patients can change into some jackets waiting for their exam. And then they would be entering waiting area number 2. So also comes with all the chairs, but we're probably going to have them upholstered because, well, let's just say that time was not kind to them. So ambient lighting, the pictures will not be here, but the fixtures, the light fixtures, the lamps, the tables and chairs, that, yes, will be here. And this is fluoro 2, the one where the fluoro window, the leaded window was missing. There's a nice stained glass here on 2 walls. The motif is light purple, grape, gold, and teal. I don't know if you can actually see the detail of that. So those are the colors. Turns out well. It's part of the logo of the company, so it's going to work out nice. The rest of corridor 1. Here we were beside fluoro 2, and fluoro 2 communicates with a small bathroom that the patient can go to the bathroom right after their exam. This is the door that's open going back to the room with no lead window. Toilet and sink. We're going to continue down down hallway 1. There's a second change area with 1, 2, and 3 change cabins. And 2 exam rooms. This one here used to previously do osteodensitometry. Very simple room, but could easily be turned into a second ultrasound room. Why? Because there's one already here, I'll show you after, and there maybe replace the counter with a sink. And then you're ready to go for a ultrasound room 2. The other exam room just nearby is considerably larger. Used to be a mammography room. Counter is there. There's a big hole in the floor, well, space in the floor where the mammography machine used to be, but we won't be doing that because kids don't get mammograms. The work area is here, and here as well, there's a sink that's present. This is the only thing that would be missing in the room next door. And then this too could be another ultrasound room. Okay. So back to the 3 change rooms. Back to hallway 1. We're going to keep going. And this area here used to previously have a CT scan, and so the walls are already leaded. We would not be using a CT scan. If anything, maybe an MRI. And you see that it's a nice size room where the machine would go right there. Size is approximately 14 by 18 or thereabouts. And the ceiling already has some decorations in it, which is kind of nice. This area here would be where the technologist takes the pictures. The window has a curtain, but it's a leaded window. And in this area here would be a back area, presumably for servers. We're going to go back into hallway 1. We're looking back toward the reception area and the waiting room with the colored chairs. So hallway 1 continues into a back hallway where there's another room which is a little smaller than the others, but could still be a small x-ray room like an EOS room, or if we're going to do scoliosis x-rays. And then we're going to continue onward. There's a fridge here in the hallway because it didn't quite fit in the kitchen, but we're going to see that in a second. And this is the back part of the clinic. This room here is the employee changing area where they keep their uniforms and or regular clothes, as well as their shoes, protected by a passcode. This is the back fire exit, which gives out onto the street. There is another heavy-duty fire door here. So 2 fire doors, and in this area here is, I guess you would call it the utility area with the breakers, light fuses, phone, switchboard, etc. So in this area here, this is the employee kitchen, presumably for having your lunch. And just beside it, on the other side of the stained glass window that you see again, is the reading room / radiologist area. So let's first have a look at the kitchen. Comes already with table and chairs. Might have to change one or the other just so that they at least match. And so there is a small counter already there. Everything you see comes with toaster, coffee machine, microwave, and there are some dishes in the cabinet area. We're going to leave the kitchen area for right now and enter the radiologist area. There's some furniture here that we probably won't need. We're going to move that out. Workspace 1. Workspace 2 with a lockable cabinet, some lockers. These view boxes, I think we might have to take them down because people don't use them anymore, at least not in North America. And you're going to see that there's another door here. And if we walk out through this door, we end up in the waiting room with the colorful chairs again. You remember the room with no lead window and the PACO area there. A patient in this area would be brought to this side, not into the radiologist area, but into this room, which is actually a ready-to-use ultrasound room. So there's a small working area with a small sink to wash your hands already there. Jacks and cables are already installed. And this is for disinfectant. And there's a small bathroom that gives directly from this room. So sometimes the patient has to have their ultrasound with their bladder full. This is where they would go to the washroom right after. So the bathroom that goes with ultrasound room 1. We're going to return through the radiologist area. There's a door here that gives out onto a corridor. At the beginning, I told you there was corridor 2. This gives to corridor 2. So through the radiologist area, into the back hallway, not at the back door, but through the kitchen, the employee kitchen. And on the other side, this is the other side of hallway 2. Beside the kitchen, There's an employee bathroom. Okay. Then there's another door. This is the other side of the door that you saw from the patient waiting area with ultrasound 1 and the radiologist area. So we're going to finish walking through the rest of corridor 2. And at the other end of corridor 2, we are again at the main reception desk, the desk that you saw at the beginning. There was a wall where I said that the employees would be doing their paperwork processing. Here's where they would be keeping their forms and documents, presumably filing cabinets, what have you. We're back at the reception area, and this is the spare room that I told you about. So now we're going to go into the spare room, which is actually very, very big and currently not used very much. So one thought would be to actually divide this room up actually into 2, close this area off, and maybe turn this into a conference room or a document storing area or something. And this area here would be closed off, and we'd have the blue furniture piece moved up to the back for right now, and these shelves that are not being used taken down altogether. There's a door here. We're going to go to the door. You recognize you're in front of X-ray 1 and the saloon doors again, right next to the bathroom. And babies that need to be changed will also need probably to be breastfed. And some people are a little about breastfeeding in public. So we thought to maybe close off this area here and turn it into a quiet breastfeeding area like you have in some airports. Another look at hallway 1. And we're going to be exiting hallway 1 and returning back to the reception area. This over here is actually Bélanger Street, 2 streets west of Papineau.